Angela here. Welcome to my channel. Actually, I don't even need the music, but yeah, welcome to my channel. Welcome back for Use My Stream. So guys, I have just finished Dead Space 2. And what I got to say about it is I think it does deserve the praise. Especially if you're going to play those harder modes, because I feel this is not a game about the end boss. Because like I said, fresh off my mind, I just beat it. I am seeing, if you are a Resident Evil fan, you see various things. Like near the end, there's a situation where the intro to Resident Evil 6 happens, and it makes you feel, that's Resident Evil 6. Whenever they do these comms and talk to each other, it reminds me of Resident Evil 4, even though it happened originally with Snake in Resident Evil, or in Metal Gear Solid, where, you know, the codec. But, like, it just reminded me the way that their interactions and their banter and their talk and how it happens throughout the game is more like Resident Evil 4, where eventually you'll talk to, like, Salazar, and then you'll talk to, you know, Sadler later, and Mendez, you know, so there's like sequences of people that you talk through the type of codex or codec. And yeah, overall, this is a gaming game. Does that make sense? It's not about the big climactic boss fight at the end where basically they're immune and you have to only shoot them or fight them when they're at a specific point. They don't have invincibility frames. This is more or less like, how can I describe it? It's almost like a, by the time I finish this game, it's almost like you have to just escape. Like, it almost feels like you play the game of Resident Evil 4, but then the ending, like I said, there is no ending. And you could say the ending is kind of a quick time event. I mean, I guess there is a boss fight, but it's not that big of a boss fight, honestly. I mean, maybe I made the like energy cannon too strong. That thing is amazing, by the way. I should use that way earlier. I was using all the weaker guns and testing them all out. Never even messed with the flamethrower. But yeah, there is like a plasma cannon, and that you get the alternate thing, and you get it with stasis, dude. And then what's also interesting, I saw so many things with other games that came into this. Like, for instance, at the end, there's like an alien that comes after you, like a super xenomorph. So and again, this game is old, 2011. So, but it's very reminiscent of like a Nemesis or Mr. X, kind of the Resident Evil 2 remake, where at the end, they want you to keep moving forward. They don't want you to sit still because this guy will come back and he's invincible. He can get knocked down, he can get dropped, et cetera, but he is invincible and he's going to keep coming for you. And I definitely have to say there was various great set pieces. Like there's one where you're going up like this super satellite because you need to fix the solar array. And while you're going up there, you're literally like, dude, this is high as shit. And it's crazy because there's all those times. I believe they first did it in Metal Gear Solid 1, where you're on the elevator and, you know, just going up and down elevator. Who cares? No one cares, right? But then it turns out that in that one, there was 4 other guys. And it's like, oh, Snake, you know, there's, you know, guys with stealth suits in there. And then you're ready. It's like, too late, Snake. And then they go like, it's like, ah. But anyway, then you fight them on the elevator. So it's a part that you thought would be dumb, monotonous. But no, it's not. It actually had a point to it, and that was the first game I remember. In this game, there's various other times where you'll be coming up and down elevators, or you'll be doing something where you're just going up and down, mainly elevators, again, or lifts, because let's be real, that's like the perfect time to attack you. But majority of games back then would always just be like cutscene. This game rarely has any cutscenes, and there are certain things you have to do in this game, which I was like, to me, I was like, oh, hell no. Like you had to do. Actually, technically, the person who was moving that said that. It was like, hell no. But yeah, there's a scene where you have to do something, and you're the one controlling. You're like, what the fuck? I will admit, at the end of the game, though, I think they might have forgotten some of the damage the character took. You know, I don't know if you noticed, in the end of Resident Evil 4, he actually still has the scratch that Krauser gave him on his face whole time. So after Krauser gives him the cut on his face, he has it the whole time. I don't know if they kept that throughout the rest of the games and everything. That would have been great. That would have been an amazing like nod to consistency, but I don't think they did. And canon. But yeah, long story short, guys, I definitely feel it's a great game. I definitely say you have to try all the weapons. Maybe the flamethrower would have been good, but I don't know. It was, and originally the only reason I was using the energy cannon because every bullet on that energy cannon is worth 1,000 credits in game. So I was buying so many power nodes off it, and then I started using it. I'm like, dude, this shit is fucking amazing. It might be too good though. If you want to have an actual more like, oh my god, I don't know what's happening, probably don't use it. But long story short, that thing made the game fucking awesome. And then like, I don't know how can I think of it like if you guys watched that Mandalorian show back when it was still good, season 1, that big ass rifle he had on the back that was just like eviscerating and evaporating people, kind of like how like Blade kills people in Blade 1 and 2, where they just like turn to ash and turn nothing. That's kind of what the plasma rifle cannon thing does. Long story short, guys, I had a great time with this game. I definitely see myself potentially coming back, trying some harder things, but I don't know. I don't know. Do I want to have frustration? Because there's some frustrating parts in this game, like the exploder guys. There's certain enemies, I don't want to spoil it, but yeah, there's certain other enemies that are also exploder guys, and it's like, oh man. Oh, and there's also a certain scene that tries to tug on the heartstrings, and if you're kind of an asshole, it may not tug on the heartstrings. Maybe you might like it, which might be something wrong with you if you do like that little section. But yeah, overall, and also I did notice, maybe it's just me, but there's a part where majority of video games, if there's a male character lead, there's always going to be a female helper or side character. I believe it's the same reason why like all the GPS systems have female voices to it. The reason being is because as a man, it's comforting to hear and you want to protect. You just want to. I don't know. It just, and it made sense to me. It's like, because if it was another dude, it's like, come on, bro, step it up. You getting stabbed? Come on, man. Rub some dirt on it. You'll be all right. But I don't know. It's just the way it is. But long story short, guys, I thought the game was great. I wonder if there's more to it. Again, the ending is not exactly what I thought it was. It kind of came rather suddenly, but then again, it's more of a rush. At the end, the set pieces are great. Combat is still smooth. The way that I can fully control, and I play this on controller, because, you know, I played the first one, I believe, on controller, so had to get this one on controller as well. Plus, you know, little, what was it? DualShock. You know, get the DualShock experience, because, you know, you can't really get DualShock on your keyboard and mouse. Maybe later. We'll see. Long story short, guys, give it a shot. I think it's great. Probably one of the last fucking good games that EA has made. I know that part 3 is out, and I was kind of playing it, but it's like, everything's different when you have a co-op. Don't get me wrong, I always want co-op, but yeah, just like, I think it's for the main game too, it's co-op. It's kind of weird, but long story short, guys, thank you guys very much for watching. That's my overall review. I say give it a shot, but when I'm playing this, and if you are a fan of the Resident Evil series, you're going to see so many things that are just like, I understand that. I understand that. There's another character that I would, dare I say, she kind of becomes a Ada Wong type character, and I'm like, okay, sure. And yeah, pretty much, that's the best way I can describe it. The other character here becomes Ada Wong. I'm still waiting. This is still just credits. Again, my immediate thoughts after beating the game. This is what I think. And then, yeah, let's see if there's anything else at the end of it. As always, guys, thank you very much for watching. Let me know what you guys thought. Did you guys play Dead Space 1, the original? Because now the remake, it's, yeah, sure, it's a remake for graphics, but I would call it more of a remaster. It's literally almost step for step the exact same game. Resident Evil 2 remake, that's a different game. So that is literally a remake. But yeah, the other one is just literally a shiny remaster. Again, EA just being lazy. I'm sure they're going to remake this one too. Or not remaster. It's going to be remaster. In a way, I'm kind of getting sick of them, but, you know, what can I say? I'm a sucker for nostalgia, and now I have a little bit of money. So now that I have a little bit of money, I can try and play some of these games. But yeah, if you've never played Dead Space 2, definitely recommend it. To me, I think I would play this again over Dead Space 1. If you want Dead Space 1, it's more of that psychological thriller, horror, slower pace. If you just want to kind of get straight in the action, this one gets you literally straight in the action. It takes a little while for me to get used to that. L1 is my run button. I don't know if I like that. If I could have changed it, I would have. But yeah, like, and then I keep forgetting that there's no dodge button or rollback or move back. But then again, don't forget stasis. Stasis is great. You also get, what was it called? You also get telekinesis, so they also watch Force Awakened or Force Unleashed, all that stuff. Long story short there, guys, thank you again very much for watching. Play Dead Space 2. Give it a shot, especially if it's cheap. I think I got this for me $5 or less on Steam. So, as always, thank you for watching. Enjoy it, guys, and yeah. I like this that they add this part at the end where you can see all their thanks and whatnot. So, there we go, guys. Enjoy, and let me know what your thoughts are on Dead Space 1, the remake, Dead Space 2, and did you even play Dead Space 3? Is it something I should even consider playing in the future? Thank you for watching, as always, guys, and I'll see you guys out there. Later.